Hey guys, welcome along to a slightly different video for my channel. No, the red lights do not suggest a change of profession for me. I'm actually in a mobile darkroom. This is a new service set up locally to me called a shutter stop, and you can come along and learn to take black and white photographs and to develop them. And we've got the enlargers all set up in here for a full class of people to learn how to take photos, develop them, get them all printed. The brains behind the shutter stop are Andy, Zeb Kelly and Katie Rivers, and I had a little word. Andy introduced what they've got going on here.
Hey, welcome. This is the mobile darkroom van. So we've set up a darkroom where you can print black and white photos, traditional style, but we're bringing the van to you. So we're targeting the south coast of New South Wales, the Shoalhaven. It's beautiful. So I work in the area with Katie, and we're both teaching people how to shoot film, develop the negatives, and then print them in our darkroom van. We can have 8 people at once. So come and have a look.
Yeah. Well, why are we going back to film, Andy? What's wrong with digital?
It's the charm of photography, and I think it's the best way to learn photography. It's how I learn. And when you learn how to shoot film and how to work the camera, a lot more sinks in for you to progress to the fancy style of photography, digital cameras and fancy lenses and all the equipment. So I just think film slows you down.
It does.
It's beautiful. It's really nice.
Oh, lead on. Come on. Show us.
But come on through. This is the entry foyer. And you'll see we've just got an example enlarger here. Now, this is where we do a demonstration. Got some paraphernalia floating around, our film drying cabinet.
Yep.
But this is the real piece de resistance. Our double curtain partition. Get on through, adding Jordan and experience. The red lights of the darkroom. So there you go. So we've got 8 enlargers set up, and they're very basic and very easy to use. It's what I learned within high school. And so people work and print their photos in here. We'll guide them through that process. And then we have a little wet area here. And this is the chemical process where the magic happens. The photos will appear here, and I'll go through the whole process, and it'll be washed and dried, and you'll get to take home a 10-way print to hang on your wall.
Magic. The smell is very familiar to me.
Yes, it is. It's got
a long time ago processing black and white film myself, and professionally as well as a journalist. So yeah, it's not unfamiliar to me at all.
It stays with you. It's a very unique smell.
Yeah,
I personally do love it because it's very nostalgic for me, because it's how I learned.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things. It's just the smell of the darkroom's fantastic, and the vibe of the darkroom, so cool.
Yeah. So who's this kind of course aimed at? Like complete photography novices? Do you use a camera, or
anyone that's interested? And obviously it caters for beginners because we teach everyone right through every process. But advanced photographers can come in and have a buzz and enjoy what they learnt years ago and print some photos that they want to print. We really want to cater for everyone. We want people to have fun. It's about putting the fun back into photography, because it can be overwhelming with all the technical aspects.
Yep.
But we make it simple and easy to understand and fun. So we go around, we have a model to shoot, we do some fun shooting on a black and white film, and then we just enjoy everyone's company in the darkroom.
Nice.
Yeah,
Thanks, Andy.
Thanks, Andy.
Andy and Katie invited me and a few other folks along to the inaugural outing for the Shutter Stop van, a dress rehearsal if you like. The idea of the day is that you get some basic tuition in using a film camera and then in developing the negatives and printing your best shots on black and white paper. After being shown how to load the film, we were introduced to the professional model for the day and invited to shoot some portrait shots. Portraiture isn't really my sort of thing, but it was an interesting experience. In order to provide a bit of variety in the photographs, there's also a short photo walk on which you can head out and do some street or landscape photography, depending on where the van is located at the time.
Tell me what you're doing, Andy.
Okay, so here I'm about to load some film into the developing tanks. So I've got a tank bag here which allows me to do it in daylight. So I've got my little spools here that I have to load the film onto. So I can do 2 rolls at a time. And if I'm clever and smart enough, I'll be able to get it in one go. So I put my tank in there, my lid, and I put my rubber lid as a safety in case I need to get out in a hurry. But I've got everything pretty much in there ready to go. So I zip this up with double lock. And it's a reverse jumper where you put your arms in the sleeves and it keeps the line out because film is very sensitive to light and it has to be developed or has to be loaded in complete darkness. So you can't see what I'm doing here, but hopefully
Hand like a magician.
well, yeah, and hopefully the magic will appear. That's the goal. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and it gets.
This is a bit I struggled with, I must admit, when I was starting to learn.
Oh, look, and this
Putting
is
the film on the spool,
yes.
this muscle memory it's definitely an art.
This freaks everyone out, and this is why film photography probably has a few setbacks for a lot of people. But I've got that one on. That's one roll. Let's start it. A little bit tight, but it's going, so that's all I'm worried about.
So it's like a clockwork process, isn't it? You basically rotate left and right alternately either end.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, yeah.
Pulls the film onto that.
So you're winding the film on,
Yeah.
and this one loaded a lot easier. Well, hopefully it's gonna not pop out. That's it. Yeah, this one's going fine. You hear that sound? That tells me that I'm moving in the right direction. Okay, 2 rolls of film. I click the lid, and I'm safe to take it out of the bag, and it's protected inside the tank now, so it will be safe to have chemicals loaded in and be out in the light while we do the chemical process. Once I unzip this, so. And there we go.
With it.
I'm going to put that over there so I don't mix those up. So there's 2 rolls of film that are empty. Now I'll reuse those canisters and reload film. I've got a little heater in there, but it's not strong enough to heat the whole cabinet very quickly.
Okay.
So I just speed it up with a hairdryer. Alright, so behind you is the enlarger. It's pretty easy to use. So it has a lens inside it, just like on the camera. And it has apertures. You know those funny F things that we were talking about? This has that as well. What happens, you turn it on, but it won't show much. It isn't colourless, so you just see a little bit of light there. So if I move the aperture, it gets darker and darker. Yeah, and that's limiting the amount of light that comes out. When it's got a hard line, that's focused. And you'll learn how to do that in there. And then the last thing to do, well, probably the first thing, is to enlarge it. So when this is down low, the circle, the square is small. And on the side, we've got a crank here. That allows us to have our picture larger. So we can see our image there. We can put our paper under and adjust it. Once we've set all the focus and everything up, and then we turn it off. We move the filter away, and we hit the timer once we work out the time, and it punches light in our negative. It's transparent or transferred to the paper, and the paper prints the opposite to what the negative is. So where it's black on the negative, it's going to be white on the paper.
It had been well over 30 years since I was in a proper darkroom environment, and I must admit it brought back memories of the thrill of an awesome photo developing in front of your eyes from nothing. We couldn't film inside the darkroom itself because the lights of the camera would have affected the light sensitive paper, but the processes are easily understood. You make a test strip to work out your exposure time, and then you expose a full piece of paper for that exposure time, and then you put that print through the developer stop and fixer before giving it a bloody good rinse. In the end, I decided to get 3 shots printed, which I'll share with you now. If you live in this part of the world and would like to try this yourself, I'll leave a link in the description. Thanks again to Andy and Katie for the invite. If you enjoyed this content, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more photo, video and drone related content from me. Till the next time guys, ta-ta!